Flash in the night. Join the figure fight club where legends ignite. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, we'll make our stand. From Megatron to Starscream, they're ready to fight. With every twist and turn, they light up the night. Collectors gather round, it's a sight to behold. With stories of valor and legends retold. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes jam. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, they'll make our stand. So grab your figures, let's make some noise in the arena of action. We're all just toys with every epic showdown. We'll cheer and we'll shout in the Decepticast. There's no room for doubt. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transforming all out, let's take a stand.
Good evening, fellow viewers. We are at episode number 25 of Decepticast. And thanks to everybody for hanging with us. I don't know, we got a few things to talk about tonight. Tonight's episode is called Robo Centers, or Robo Centers Confessions, something like that. I don't remember now. That's horrible. Anyways, let's stop with the BS. Let's bring our co-host in. Anna, welcome. Welcome tonight.
When I get here, the BS ends, right? Everything's
You run
serious.
You run a tight ship.
Serious.
I might act like the host, but you're the person behind the scenes pulling the strings.
Sorry, I come up with all these brilliant ideas.
Right. It's very Illuminati like.
You can tell I came up with the idea for all those videos you put in, right? Like, obviously, those are my ideas from the cringe on my face when you play them.
Yeah. Yep. The embarrassment of your project that you've created.
Yes, because I'm just like, oh, God, I came up with this.
So before we get into it, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat. I've seen Zaldron, Toyamic Displays, HGC 7000, Initial Goose Creations, and Toyamic Displays just keeps buying more and more Transformers. I keep seeing more and more TikToks from the new stuff he's been buying. So he is getting in deep.
Welcome to the deep end. It's where we've been for years.
And speaking of adding to our collections, Anna, didn't you add anything to your collection this week?
You know, I grabbed a couple things to show off because, one of these days, I actually got way back at TFCon, but I just, it was in a cardboard packing box. You know how people like to put those boxes around their figures these days. And it's everyone's envy. Everyone really wants Super 7 Ultimates, right? That's like what we're really into these days, right? It's tracks. Ooh, let's reveal them for the first time. Look at that big red face. That dork.
Well, it probably is easier to transform than that Star Toys one that I had to deal with.
It sure is. It transforms into nothing, and therefore it's easy to transform. So if anyone's wondering why in the world I would want this thing, because I'm not a particular Trax fan or anything, it is in fact based on the Action Master design for Trax that is a little bit tricky to obtain. So this is a way to get that guy. Kind of like the Bombshell they did, not an easy to get Action Master, but Super 7 figure got clearance for like a nickel. So did this guy.
I was going to say, what about, speaking of nickels, what about what HGC mentioned about Tarn to get the nickel figure?
That's interesting because that is one of the two ways to get nickel, right? That are really out there. I was going to get her that way when they first put out the images of the Super 7 Tarn, and then our mutual friend got tired of her nickel and sent her to me, which is the Mastermind Creations nickel, which is, a fully transforming figure. I think she's really close to, no, she's not close. I don't see her over there. Oh, then yeah, I do. Here, I'll bring her just because we mentioned Nickel. So
While you're doing that, I want to say
Yeah.
welcome to Action Joe Figs for joining us. And Toyamic Display said he just picked up Skyleaks this week. So, and that's the MMC.
yeah, this Mastermind Creations Nickel, me, and she's pretty cool. You know, her transformation is pretty simple, and it took me forever to figure out how to get her feet to actually clip in. Once I did, though, she can actually stand up. You know, because she does not have feet; she has wheels. Right. But they made it where you could give her little footsies so she could actually stand up. I haven't dug out all my accessories yet, but she also comes with like a full tool belt, which is kind of cool. Since she is the medic / repair person.
Who did she come with again?
Justice Division. She came with the pet, which I would have to get up and walk all the way over there again, which I just can't do for you. But yeah, she's pretty cool. So that's my Nickel. But, you know, the Super 7 one, now that it's on clearance in the box with Tarn, is cheaper.
Yep. HCC, if you keep watching us and paying attention to third-party action figures, Transformers, you will probably be in a deeper hole than what you might already be in.
Fortunately, I know way too much about third-party.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to be talking about Soundwave. Don't worry.
Let's see. Relatable Figs joining us this evening. It's going well. How are you doing today? Yeah. The Soundwave could be it might be a little bit of a topic this evening.
A conversation piece, something you talk about, put on your table.
So the thing I got in the mail today is fretting that we're all going to die.
Ooh, I'm so jealous.
I got the MPG rat trap, and this is probably his best mode, standing upright.
You think so?
I haven't turned it into
he hasn't been a robot yet.
Yeah, I haven't turned it into a robot yet. So, and I put on his other head to give him his whiskers because probably when I transform him though, I'll put this head back on because if you remember, was it Cheetor had those whiskers and like he had the
those whiskers are so stressful on Cheetor.
Yeah, so I like what they did. They made a replace like a faceplate. It's pretty much just a faceplate that slides on and off. I don't know if you can kind of see the rails.
Yeah. So you just slip it out, just slip off the face with the whiskers, put the one with the flat sculpted whiskers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great idea because that Cheetor, like no matter what you do, you're going to ruin a pair of whiskers because both his heads have the whiskers on them. So what I do is I just take the cat head off. I just take it off entirely when he's in bot mode. Makes him a little hollow on the chest, but it's not too bad.
But it's really cool how they did it to where you can articulate it and he can stand. He actually has like butterfly shoulders on in rat mode.
Nice.
So you can kind of and then he has like a piece that you can attach to his chest, and then you can put him on back of Primal as well.
It's really cool.
If anybody has Optimus Primal, there was a peg, and everybody's like, "Well, what's the peg for?" Well, I think you could put the Thrilling 30 rat trap on his back, and this one they gave an adapter. There's like a little clear adapter.
And now there's a real rat trap to put on him.
Yep, and I don't know what face is on him, but these are the other two faces that he comes with.
Yeah,
and then the eyes are translucent plastic, so there's light piping on the back of his head. And this one's just kind of a
me.
Yeah. So I opened it today. I filmed an opening of it, so I'll probably film the rest of the review this week and probably put it up next Tuesday is what I'm thinking, because I already reviewed something for this Tuesday.
Nice. He looks so cool. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get one.
I'm glad to complete the Arrival Maximals. Now we just need Air Razor, I think, and that'll be all of the Season 1 Maximals.
Yep, that'll be nice to get them all.
Yep.
And someday we'll get the Predacons, right? Probably not.
Well, hopefully, I mean, the way Robot Toys keeps showing us
True.
stuff. They
True.
might knock them out before Takara does. Because what is the next one is Waspinator?
Yeah, they do have a Waspy coming.
Yep.
Takara really needs to get to Waspinator. He is one of the most prolific characters from that show. So was Rat Trap. It took forever to get to him. So, but Waspy needs to come.
Notorious, your probably best bet. Oh, Transmetal 2. I was thinking of the first Transmetal.
Yes.
Nice.
Never touch it again.
Yeah, just leave it in the box. A lot of I've seen a lot of you guys mentioning RosCon in the chat. There will be some RosCon related stuff.
Very exciting.
As we start with the slideshow. But Anna, do you have any other things you want to show?
I do want to show one more thing just because it's hilarious. Like this is something that I talked about in Cautionary Tales of Cells a couple weeks ago with the TF Source cell. I'm not going to actually open this till Christmas. I just wanted to show off something. And I gotta get my strength going here. It is.
Oh.
The size of this box.
You could use that as a backdrop.
This is ridiculous, right? Like, this is me behind the box. It's ridiculous. It's just so funny to me that, what's in here is God Bomber, who's like, that's all.
Right.
It's just this massive thing. So after Christmas, I will show off what's actually inside of it, but I just wanted to show this ridiculously oversized box. Now, it's this big because it's made to hold the box for God Bomber as well as the box for Jinrai, so that you can have them together in one display that becomes God Jinrai.
Yep.
So it's kind of like it's cool they did it that way, but
I think they did. Didn't they do that with the Raiden, the last member? Yeah.
Yeah, it came with the box. It's probably even bigger than that because it's big enough to hold all 6 of the boxes.
Right. At least with those boxes, they were more long and slender, so maybe it's probably pretty close.
It might be very close. Yeah, this is just comedic, right? Like,
right.
It came. My TF Source box came, and we were actually expecting a piece of furniture, right. And I saw it outside. And I was like, "Oh, that's the furniture, right? That's our big piece of furniture." And then I went outside. I was like, "Oh, this weighs like 10 pounds total. This is freaking God Bomber's box." It's ridiculous.
I don't have anything else. So did you get, or does that tap you out?
No, yeah. I'm tapped out until we get to a certain segment. So
okay.
Because I don't really consider this too much of a cautionary tale of cell anymore because I'm happy with it.
Right.
Sometimes you're not happy with things you buy. We'll get to that later.
The impulse stuff for sure. Sometimes. All right, so let's get started. So tonight's episode, number 25, we've made it a quarter of a century. Well, not
I was
really.
going to say the same thing, but I thought it was a weird comment. But you said it, so now it's okay.
Yeah. Well.
Quarter of a century. We're in agreement.
So first up, we have official toy news, and like always, it's brought to you by Collecticon Toys.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah. Yo, not right, man.
We now return to the Transformers.
So like I said, head over to Collecticon Toys and put in FFC 10 and you can get 10% off your entire order. And so the first slides are stuff that me and Anna just love to fill our house with. High-end statues.
I have so many of these. 0.
Yeah. Actually, these aren't too bad. These are Iron Studios. They're like $350, $390, depending on where you're finding them.
See, so that's the thing, though. Like, I don't think they look that crazy, right? Like the Prime 1 Studios stuff, right? That's the name of the $1,600 ones. That's Prime 1 Studios. Yeah. So those ones are impressive, right? Those things, I feel like if they were in my house, it would be like, this impressive piece of furniture. These don't really do it for me.
Even that one?
Like, look at that face. It just
I-
it's not a good looking Bumble face.
Yeah, it's all scrunched, but you know what
Yeah.
I noticed first was how long his legs are.
He's got those performer legs. He's ready to be
Yeah,
an answer.
very lanky.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
for me, it's all in the face. Like, if he had those body proportions and a better looking face, I'd probably be like, okay, that's cool. I still am not gonna get a Bumblebee statue for $300.
And you know the other thing is, it looks like they're going for G1 aesthetic because that's the beetle of it on his chest. So,
Yep.
Volkswagen, but not
Yeah, I
very.
think they're both kind of G1 aesthetic, right? Wasn't Optimus too?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's see. Here's one with both of them.
Yeah. No, Optimus is certainly G1 aesthetic.
Yeah.
Kind of MP10 aesthetic, honestly.
Yeah, I
Those legs
can see
really
that.
feel like MP10. A lot of times over the years, Optimus has kind of become MP10, which I mean masterpiece number 10. Like, because that was such a prolific toy for so long, I feel like a lot of designers just look at that as their model of Optimus, which is interesting because it's replaced, with 44. But anywho.
That or the Masterpiece Magic Square, I think. The Light of Freedom or Light of Peace, whatever one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next up, let's see. Give Bumblebee a set of squishies and Zacana. Yeah. I know. Of course, Initial Goose would say something like that.
I get it. I get the joke.
But next up, so there was a couple Comic Cons going on this weekend. And I didn't see a whole lot out of a Singapore Comic Con, but Yellow Park did tout that this translucent. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even play the video. Oh well, maybe next time. But they're doing a translucent Starscream that'll be available at the con. And I don't know what the price was, but this was just based off their AMK Pro series.
It was only 1,000 of them.
Yeah, very limited.
Wonder if our Starscream collector friend was able to get one.
I'm not sure.
It's going to be a very limited thing. So it is AMK Pro, though?
Yeah, well, that's the symbol that's up on the top.
I
is
can
the
see
AMK
it now,
Pro
yeah.
Series. Yeah.
I want to focus there for a second. Yep. I've only heard good things about their AMK Pro, but I'm not going to go hunt. Heck, I don't have any of them.
Yeah, same here. I was tempted. I think they did the Starscream, like the more tuned deco, the original version of this on Amazon for, was it like $30? I think because regular like 60 or 70.
You gotta be careful with it though, because the AMK Pro and the AMK just AMK look very similar and they're a similar size. So sometimes I'll see a listing for the regular AMK and think it's the Pro, and I'm like almost like, wow, it's so cheap. So it may have been one of those circumstances, or it may have been half price.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up, so this is something that I sent you or tagged you in Discord this week. So Takara announced a, what would you call it? Like a correction, a reissue correction.
Yeah, this is one of those. We need Collecticon back on here, right, to talk about like what you call the same figure, the same name, probably the same packaging, but he's been revised, right? It's like they actually went back and revised their first draft of their assignment, turned it back in, and it's better. I wish more of my students would do that. This is a frustrating release for many, many people because the original Genrai figure, by original I mean MPG Genrai, has a lot of problems, right? He has a lot of problems. There's a lot of things that don't snap together right on his super mode, especially, and also the God mode, that just don't really work. And basically, they went through and improved most of them to make him work better. But, as far as listings, how are you going to find this one? That's going to be tricky.
Right.
Shozy has a listing up right now that says that it's going to be the new one, but it also says in stock. So I think that's a little risky because I don't think this is actually in stock anywhere yet.
Yeah.
Pulse still has their first stock of it up for the price they originally charged. Probably not going to be this. So you gotta be careful now.
So would it, I was gonna say, so would it worth be buying? Like, I know you're a big fan of Super God Master Force. Would it be worth buying 2? One that doesn't have the fix to keep in Super Genrai mode, a second one to have with God Bomber and Super God Genrai.
Oh, since they released 2 versions of it already, since they released the toy deco and the anime deco, and the toy deco didn't come with the trailer, a lot of people already have 2 of these, which makes it extra much of a bummer. Personally, I think I want to go ahead and get this to replace my KO. My KO is just, like I mentioned when I first got it, it's too frail for me to really want to mess with. And this one should not have the frailties of a KO, plus it will have improvements over the things that are frustrating. Goose, you ask about what the improvements are. They're really kind of shown here. There's little improvements, like the fact that, his original shoulder joints were actually built in a way that it scraped its own paint when you move them. And they just a little adjustment so that it doesn't scrape its own paint. The head assembly is made a little stronger there. And I think one of the big things is going to be that they actually have kind of guide rails and the combining mechanism now that should actually make it clip together easier, because it's always a pain to clip together. Like, the people who have the official tell you it's a pain to get together, but the KO is like unmanageable, right? Like it just will not clip together.
Yeah, and then it looks like, what is these next images? They fix some of the flaps, and then the connection for the.
It's kind of how he all pegs together back there when you finish them. That has been, it basically works better, right? Now, I never had the problems with the tightness back there because the KO fixed it. So the KO did try to fix issues, as KOs often do, but it actually made it worse. Gosh, when did the first Super Genrai come out? Has he been out a whole year now?
Well, Pulse hasn't put it up for sale yet, so I don't think it's got to be close.
No, it's been up for sale on Pulse for a while.
It has like sale, like one of the discount sales.
Oh, sorry, I missed the sale instead of for sale. Yeah, maybe it's not a full year yet. It's been quite a while though.
Now, maybe Asian markets, it might have been a year, because sometimes they get it anywhere from 1 to 3 months before we get it over here, depending on who you order it from, I guess.
Yeah.
And then let's see, there was one more slide showing, I think that's just more tabs and things that secure it, right?
Oh, looks like he has been out a year in Japan. He came out in December 24. And we got him in mid-25. So, so these are more of the little fixes that they did. And I think there's one more page.
Yep, one more.
Which is the one change that's kind of interesting, is they actually made these little extenders to make the shoulders bigger in super mode, which is amusing because people apparently thought the shoulders were too small.
Yeah. So it gets them a little beefier.
Yes. He didn't look as cool as he was supposed to be. So yeah, that's a good question, Goose. Again, Hasbro, not so much. This is more of a Takara figure. But why would they have the inferior one out there? I think they just I think they didn't put it through enough QC. I think, Takara rarely puts out something that's this flawed. And that's why I hesitated on buying it for so long, because even though Genrai is one of my favorite characters, I was like, I don't really want to get something that has as many flaws on it. That's why I got the KO, and I wish I would have just waited for this release.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. Like, has Takara ever done this before, where they've done an extensive, all these fixes like this on a figure?
I don't think so. Like, not in recent memory, at least. I know that it's the Rodimus got revisions, right? And that was
stuff?
roughly a million years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that was really long time since MP Rodimus came out, but he did get a revision. I don't think they've done a major revision since then.
I would say even Rodimus, these are like leaders of the Autobots, Cybertrons, and they're high profile characters and figures. And God, how many times was that Rodimus, Hot Rod, how many times was it done? Like different packagings, like Walmart exclusive, it's in its own package without the trailer. So I could, and this, I mean, even though this is Super Genrai, he was Power Master Optimus Prime in the States. So there's a market, not just in Asian territories, but in the States as well. So I guess if you didn't get it right and you want to keep producing this or repaints of it, Fire Guts Convoy is Zaldron. I'm waiting for him to say in the chat. Is waiting for.
Yeah, I'm glad they revised it. I'm glad they fixed it up. I'm sad that they originally released it this way. You know, like, there are other Takara figures I kind of wish they would have revised a little bit, like Hound.
Yep.
Because Hound was a huge purchase for me. I was so excited when I got it. I bought it for myself for Christmas one year when it came out, and I was so excited. And the first transformation, like, I sweat buckets trying to do it because it was just like, this thing is going to break. I never transformed it again. I just sold it.
Did you know of the breakages prior to going into transforming it?
No, I did not. I discovered all the break points because I'm very, like, nervous with expensive figures. And I saw all the different things that looked like they were going to snap, and I get super nervous. And then, you know, a week later, I found out that people were breaking them in those exact places.
Right. Yeah, I lucked out, and I wasn't quite into the Masterpiece game when that happened, but I heard about it and then got the far superior KO that has better plastic, and if it didn't, it's a fraction of the cost of the original, and I wouldn't care as much if I broke it.
It's the right choice on that one.
Yep. So next up, we have more reveals from Takara. So we saw the silhouettes of this. We just thought it was another Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, but this is actually an Orion Pax. And he's coming with his mining tool. Kind of a cleaned up truck mode compared to the original Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. And I think this is the deluxe scale. So this is our $28 price point. So this is what we're seeing in Japan. I don't think the Hasbro team hasn't revealed this yet. So I just saw that Star Wars is having a show at the end of the year, or this month. So I wonder if all the teams will be doing like a show at the end of the month, a live stream. I mean, Transformers hasn't had a live stream since what, before San Diego?
Sounds right. Yeah, they've been doing so many fewer since all their cuts.
Yep. Yeah, I think we might have talked about that on one of the previous episodes, that one of the people that was let go was behind their digital media stuff. So
yup. Funny enough.
And I know you're not the biggest Prime fan, but you are a pretty big Bumblebee fan. So what are your thoughts on this guy?
Well, if you've ever heard me talk about it, I really don't like Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. I think that figure is kind of terrible. And with it becoming our main Bumblebee for a while now, it's been like, ew. This one I thought was going to be an improvement until the very fifth picture here. If you go from left to right, top to bottom, that middle one on the bottom shows just how bad the gap in the chest is.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big chasm there. That doesn't look good. Otherwise, I think he looks great. You know, from the other angles, I think this is a vast improvement on how the 86 looked. And yes, the car mode is silly and cartoony and game-based, but it's still better.
So I kind of have a theory, or maybe a hot take on this.
Sure, yeah.
So this is Devastation Bumblebee, correct? And we received a Devastation Optimus Prime, which was a deluxe class small figure. What if we're paying almost $30 for this and it scales with that Optimus Prime and it's small?
Hey, I'm assuming it would be even smaller, wouldn't it? It would be smaller than 86B. It'd be a real small figure.
Yeah, it'd almost be like that little Legends one that came in that 2-pack with Daniel from that Target exclusive from War for Cybertron.
But if this is that small, it's a really complex figure for that size point, so I'm almost okay with it.
Yeah.
I
But I
I'll
think it's,
hate the pain for it.
I mean, this is kind of my one topic I brought up in the book club about, are we running out of classes here and just price points? But and then the other thing, so when I posted this on TikTok, like it blew up. Like a lot of people are happy for this. So there was a lot of positive feedback on this. I don't think I saw one comment of complaint. So hopefully
the Bumblebee or the next?
Yeah, the Bumblebee.
Show? Okay.
The Bumblebee. Yeah.
It's just the gap in the chest for me. Otherwise, I really love it.
Yep. It was weird. Like, you know, a lot of my posts maybe get a couple hundred hits. This one got like 5,000 or 6,000 plays. So
the 86B was rough. Like people liked it in pictures, and we all got it in hand. And it's just it's an ugly little figure.
Right. Let's see. Next up from Takara, we've seen a lot of this, but these are the first official images of Delta Magnus, missing link. Well, HTC, I don't know if they 100% want to rob us, but they definitely want our money, and they know the drugs that we're into, and they're made out of little plastic pieces. And then here is some more images, kind of like a parts breakdown, so it shows you everything we're getting with this, and the reason why Anna needs this, the little figure that comes with it. The rest of it you don't need, but the Marissa Fairborn ish.
Yeah, whoever it is.
Right.
It's a person. No, it's so cool. Like, it looks great. I actually never ordered the Missing Link Ultra Magnus, so I might just go ahead and order just this one for now and wait to see if I can get Magnus a little cheaper later.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of holding back lately anyway, so too many toys.
See, look, if Hasbro doesn't get you, Takara will, HTC.
There he goes.
Let's see. Next up, more stuff from Takara, but this is the other variant of the Super God Genrai, the Nucleon Quest Super Convoy, where everybody's like naming this guy, calling him a nemesis, but it's not.
It's not. But it's probably not going to have any of the fixes.
I think it was confirmed. I think I was reading somewhere that this didn't get the fixes.
Didn't think so. It was already too deep in production.
Yeah. So here's a few more images. And then, so out of nowhere last week, these images popped up. Now, speaking of hype and the type of hype you don't want, I think this guy has a little bit of disappointment. And I think part of it has to do with it being at the Voyager price point.
And I think a lot of it really has to do with how much are... Why don't I have that out anymore? Gosh, I was just playing with it like 2 days ago. How much our little guys have degraded. Like since Siege, you know, like, you know, we want our pack-in figures to be this good, right? We want them to be like actually articulated, nice little mini cons. Yep. And I think since they have kind of wound down, you know, one of his little guys seems to have no leg articulation, one has no arm articulation.
Correct, yeah.
Now they do still pop together into their combined mode, which is cool and looks nice. But you've got that mixed with the fact that it really does look like both of those are going to look really terrible in head mode.
Yep. Well, you know, the other thing is, this looks like a retool of that deluxe motorcycle we got in Legacy. Yeah. The Prow.
It's definitely a deluxe with 2 Micromasters.
Yeah. And as Zaldron asked, where are the pics of the heads? It's a good question.
Yeah, we've been told that they're going to produce pics of the heads, but I think they just did not want to show them off because I think that it's mostly just going to be those robots upside down.
Yeah.
I think there's
And
a
what-
whole lot of folding those guys can do.
And what? Well, I mean, it looks like they combined to be the rider, and then the black one's legs are on the side of the motorcycle. Did you notice that in the middle picture in the bottom row?
Oh yeah, they come off. Huh. I wonder
this is
if they come off for head mode too.
This is the first I've noticed this. I wonder if anybody else has. I'm sure.
No, you're right. You're right. I bet the arms are on the other side.
Yeah.
I bet they both come apart. And that's not very classy, so they didn't want to show it off.
Oh Lord. Yeah. What was the? Yeah. So this was we'll. Okay, so he does have other weapons. So he just has the little sticks that he's holding on, but it looks like they can peg into his arms too.
Make the guns. So you
Yeah.
know, like pew pew pew. Yeah, he's a cool design. He's always been a character people really enjoy. So, like, I hope the figure is good. I know it being a deluxe with two little crappy guys is not getting people excited, but
Right.
just hope to be pleasantly surprised.
All right, and next up, probably one of the more anticipated reveals from Hasbro, the Age of the Prime Swindle.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, he's looking real good.
Yep. And today I saw an image where Swindle had a trailer. I don't know what episode it was, but
It's
so
from
there's like,
Bots.
well, there's like, it's
BOT.
canon. Okay.
Yeah, it's from one episode of G1. It's canon, and it turns into a cannon. Ah, I get it. You did a good job.
I'm glad you caught that.
Becomes a nice gun for the combine mode too, so that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm happy that you're excited. Toyamic Displays. This guy, it's really weird. Is like how back and forth I've heard fans on these Combaticons. There's half of them that are excited, half of them are upset, and part of the reason why I think some of the people are upset is because when you look at this right here,
Ta-da!
Mr. Stubby Stubberson Bruticus.
That Swindle looks great. I honestly think that all four of them look pretty good. The Limbots and Onslaught looks okay. I don't like those flat feet too much, but he looks pretty good. I think he's neat. He's got his little base mode and everything, so he can have his big gun. I think he's pretty cool. Good grief. Do I not like the combine mode? And it's not for the reason everyone else dislikes it. Everyone else dislikes it because it's a dwarf, right? He's got this, fantasy dwarf proportions. He's got the really short legs, and it's kind of not how he usually looks. It does kind of fit the cartoon model decently. Like, he was usually drawn a little bit with shorter legs, not quite this extreme. And I get that a lot of people don't like it. I get that leg extenders can probably fix it pretty easy. DNA will probably do some leg extenders. You can't fix those arms. And those arms kill the whole thing for me, because if anybody's aware, the original design for this is that the
Minosaur arms.
The arm bots are supposed to be the entire arm. And I thought that they could fix it if they just made them the right colors, right? So if the Vortex arm was gray and the Blast Off arm was brown, it would be okay. But not only did they not make them the right colors, they have visible wheels.
Right, and you can see where those come from, the trailer of Onslaught.
Which is as an original design, I think it's fine. It just really screws up it being Bruticus for me. Because they actually tried to make the legs work. Because if you can look at the picture of the toy box there, you can see that on the skeleton, those legs are completely hollow, so that
Yeah.
the legs can really feature Swindle and Brawl,
Yep.
not Brawn.
You know, and the other thing is he's at a little bit of an A stand, so you can kind of see the ankle tilt that they put in the engineering of those two. Which Brawl, we've seen stress marks at that ankle pivot.
We have.
You know, not to bring up some bad stuff from the past, but I haven't seen anything since. So hopefully it was just a one-off with that ankle tilt thing. You know, and I made the comment in Discord that he almost looks better without his buddies on his limbs. It looks better proportioned on the back
He's
of that
kind of got
pop.
some whirl legs going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the arms look terrible. Like, it worked for Superion because there's so much white in Superion that you could choose to disbelieve it, right? You could be like, oh no, it's all the planes, it's fine, it's just like the cartoon looks, it's okay. But this one, there's just nothing for it. It's like those arms are green and they have wheels.
Yep. And like I mentioned, if anybody is happy with this, I'm all for it. Because
Sure.
I'm a snob because I collect Masterpiece. So I used to collect the Hasbro stuff and graduated. So
I think they should have made all 4 of them Voyagers so that
This
they
is-
can do more with those arms.
yep. And this is way better than Combiner Wars. So it's an improvement, I think.
I think it's worse than Combiner Wars. I cannot
Oh.
stand those arms. I can't. It really bothers me because the arms are no longer the characters. Yeah, it's just, it's not right.
It's almost
It's not
like
a helicopter arm. It's a truck arm with a helicopter decoration.
Yep, armor bits almost. And I think Onslaught sold out on Pulse. So
And he premiered at the $100 Commander price point, $99.99.
So, have we seen next year's Titan yet? Do we know what that price is going to be?
I don't think so. I mean, we know we're getting that Grimlock, right? The Studio Series Semi-Titan.
And they haven't given a price for that yet.
They haven't given a price for it yet, no. We know it's pretty darn big.
It's been so long since we've heard any news about that Grimlock, and I've completely forgot about it being the Titan next year.
They weren't sure if they wanted to call it Titan. I remember when they talked about it, they were like, they called it a Titan. Sometimes they were like, we're not so sure we're going to call it a Titan yet. They
Right.
don't know what they're doing with it. Because honestly, Star Convoy is pretty good. Like, it's actually a pretty fun toy, even though it's too small to be the old Titans and it's too expensive and all those things. It's actually fine.
And so all this stuff was revealed at a convention in Brazil. What was it called? CCXP Brazil. So here's a little snippet of the Hasbro booth, just the Transformers that they had on display. It wasn't a big like a big booth, but they had this stuff, and then they had pre-production samples, test shots of Bruticus there.
I'll take the blue one. I want the blue one more than the green one.
Yeah, Toyamic displays. That's what a lot of everybody's thinking, that this might be a retool, or it might be retooled for the Protectobots.
Yeah, and that's going to make me just as sad because it's going to have big blue chunks on the arms. And a hot spot makes the arms.
And let's see, here's a couple more images of CCXP, but we're moving on to the Blockies booth. So they showed their Bruticus, along with the new Megatron body, which I think was the Galaxy Wave, the new Galaxy Wave Megatron. I don't think that's the Shining. The Action Edition Tarn, which is the 7-inch, the big scale stuff. And out of nowhere, Beast Wars in Defender class, or Defender size. We're getting a Beast Wars Megatron. Now, I don't know if I said this out loud, but I kind of predicted, because they're doing Jurassic World dinos, that those could easily be turned into Megatron and Dinobot. and I think that's what they did with this Megatron. I think the body, or at least the design, was kind of based off those Jurassic World figures, and this was a little tease. And not a whole lot of people are talking about this because this is pretty. I don't want to say it's like huge news, but they're moving into Beast Wars stuff now.
It's nice because with their classic class, they're stuck in movie stuff, right? That's all film, and they're actually bringing in Beast Wars in. I don't know, one of the more fun size classes. I'm really burnt out on Galaxy, but Defender's still working for me, so I like it.
Yeah. Well, I think it helps too when they're a third of the price of the Galaxy. Like if you get the whole wave.
Cheap.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Next up, we have.
I'll be back.
Guess who's back?
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
You gotta put your back into it, dumbass.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
So we had some reissues this week, but I am going to answer Goose's question. So who's in the middle? That would be IDW Tarn.
Hmm?
So if you ever read any of the IDW comic books, Tarn is a badass SOB.
He also showed up in Cyberverse
Yeah.
at the very end.
But let's see, moving on. So reissues this week. So these are pictures from yours truly. I went to Target last week and found all kinds of reissues. Gigawatt. I didn't know Gigawatt. I don't think I knew Gigawatt was getting a reissue.
I didn't
But
either. I saw some this week too.
But why am I blanking? Sunstreaker and Thrust. And Thrust was on sale. And Thrust was going for like probably $100 on the aftermarket. Now look, $10 off or the $12 off. I should have picked one of these up just to throw it in my kids' Christmas, but I've moved on. And then it was funny. So I walked away from the toy aisle, and I was like, they had two classifieds. I'm like, should I buy them? I can use my red card, and they're actually the original price, the $25 price point still. And then I come back to the aisle, I pick them up, and then some lady picked up that Sunstreaker, and I think something else. So I was there, and it was gone like almost immediately. Yeah, Toyamic Displays, you got in right at the right time with some of these reissues with like Run Amok, this Sunstreaker, the Thrust. Even though Thrust is probably going to get redone in that new Voyager mold.
But that'll be a solid 2 years.
Yeah.
So you'll get a solid 2 years of enjoyment before
And hopefully-
it gets replaced.
And hopefully not an exclusive, since the last Coneheads were exclusives. Because I think that was what Evan had mentioned, that this time around, that's why Thundercracker is in mainline, and then most likely Starscream is going to be the exclusive. So yeah, Toyamic Display, they need to reissue Runabout because he's fetching a pretty hefty price. I know I sold mine for over, I think, $130, and that was like a year and a half ago. So I can only imagine what it's going for now. Next up, on the third-party side of reissues, I saw this on Show Z last night. DX9 is reissuing their Rodimus Prime. Their they call him Carrie. And Anna, you've owned this. And he's a pretty solid version, right?
I think this is such a great figure. Like, I know it's not accurate to any version of Rodimus. Like, he's a little bit off from any given version of Rodimus. He's a complete figure. Like, the entire truck there folds up into that robot. There's no removable trailer. So he's a very unique version of Rodimus, and I think he's one of the best Rodimus toys ever made. Like, he takes a lot of liberties with the design, but gosh, is it a good figure. DX9 has made some really, really nice toys. And I think this is a really fun toy. He's not difficult to transform. He's fun to play with. He's really well articulated. And he comes with a complete mess of a little sniper rifle guy. So I love this thing. And it is a great price too. Like, it's never been expensive. And the reissue is also not expensive. It's like a $95 figure. And he's big too.
Yeah, it's under $100 on Show Z right now. So if you want a masterpiece, because it's masterpiece scale, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would call it masterpiece scale. Yeah.
If you want a masterpiece for Rodimus, this is one that doesn't break in the hip areas. One that doesn't have an 80-year-old man's hips.
It does not. It's a nice, solid figure. I've had mine forever, and I play with it because I like it. It's a good toy.
Yeah. Let's see. So we are moving to third-party news, and the first thing is DNA Designs. I don't remember the reasoning why they're adding this piece, but if you look in the bottom left corner, there was a gap, and now they're adding this to the kit. So, but I guess it doesn't. They said it doesn't store anywhere. It only place you can put it is in there, and it's like just a bonus thing that they're adding to that DK73 upgrade kit that looked like a bunch of stuff, but not a whole lot of stuff you really needed. It didn't improve Devastator. I think that's what we mentioned last week or 2 weeks ago. Whenever this popped up, it didn't look like enough to complete like what they're trying to do.
But this filler is a big deal because I hate that gap. That gap is ugly. So I think this filler brings the kit up several notches.
All right.
I still won't buy it because they don't have the Devastator.
Let's see. Next up, from our favorite third-party company. Well, one of the favorites.
Showtime!
Dr. Woo! Oh, my voice cracked.
You did.
So incoming from Dr. Wu, we have I think these are final images or of their Prowl and Kickback. So for anybody that's not familiar with Dr. Wu, they make a sub-legends or micro scale class that's about 2 to 3 inches tall. So I got their Megatron. I don't know. I don't have anything to scale it with. But if you have blockies, Defender size blockies, they're about the same size as Defender size blockies.
They're made to scale with the Micromasters. So they're the same height as the Hasbro Micromasters. They're just way better from a complexity standpoint.
Yep. So usually once we see these product images, that means they will be shipping soon. So this is their first time they're doing Prowl. So the first Datsun, and I think one of the first Insecticons. So I know.
I think Kickback looks good, but they killed it on Prowl. That Prowl just looks so good.
Yeah.
I did not expect their Prowl to come out that good. Like, he's still like not full length proportions. He's still kind of built in more of a compact form, but gosh, he looks good.
Yeah, what is it? The next slide, you got Prowl doing the superhero landing. So as I'm getting older and I'm bending down to put things away, that's how I get up. And I think that's not the superhero landing anymore. It's the middle-aged man trying to get off the ground pose. All right.
Confessions. We've already started the confessionals.
So we got an insider in the chat. These are due to ship in January. So like I said, shipping soon. Thank you, Catherine. Let's see. Next up, the globe. There was a globe you and Patriot Prime were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this is like a real cautionary tale of sell now for me, right? Because I got it. But what I wanted, I kept saying, I wish they would do this thing as the Earth. And look at that. It's the same exact figure on the inside, but it's the freaking Earth.
Yeah. So instead of like the textured panels, we got flat panels with the Earth deco on it.
It looks so good. It's so cool. Like, it's such a dorky thing to have on your desk. Like, all of us who have desks
Yep.
where you would normally put a globe, we should all have this thing. Like, it just needs to be there.
And while we're enabling, and if anybody wants this is on Show Z right now for less than 25, I think, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit.
Like 23 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
So if anybody wants to look it up, it's the Zhejiang WK127 Earth Guardian.
Now, I will say, when Patriot Prime was on here, he talked this thing up, and I know he did a review of it, and he liked it a lot. I'm going to tell you, this thing is not perfect, right? Like, it's a bit of a pain in the butt to get to clip together into ball mode, but it's still neat, right? It's still a neat figure. It just doesn't really have the best, like, I don't know, transformation's not beautiful on it. It works.
You mean a
It's little
shell
bit of a panel
former?
mess. A shell former is a panel mess. Surprise!
Yep. See, next up from X-Transbots, an update of their prototype for their MX-70 Varric, or their interpretation of a Zarek. And there's some images of them in head mode. Any temptations still, or are you kind of on the fence, knowing that
When
we
I
might
see
get a
the word
black
X
Zarek?
transbots, I don't want it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't trust them. I do love that entire concept. Like, every Scorponok, Black Zarek, all of it. It's great to me, but I'm just wary of X transbots. Like, if you got it and you were like, yeah, this is really it, this is the figure, I would trust you and get it. But until that day comes.
Well,
What about you? Will you?
I will probably be getting it, yeah, because
Yeah.
and like I typically say in initial goose, I put that in the chat for you. But I will. Yeah, it all depends on when it's released. So if it's at a good time, but the plan is to get it.
Great.
And then let's see. Next up, we have Kang Toys. This is their, and it's really weird because the masterpiece of this has been coming out first. So this is their generation scaled version of the Grimlock for part of their Volcanicus, and we haven't even seen the masterpiece or the Legends version of this. It's just strange. They're going the generations first.
They do whatever they want.
Yeah. But I am not in on this stuff. Looks cool from afar. I haven't heard anything negative about these, other than they draw blood sometimes if you're not paying attention when transforming.
Yeah, King Toy stuff is good. It's just, it's so stylized.
Yep. Yeah, this is like something where if I had, like, I didn't care about how much things were and I could spend whatever I wanted money on and I had an abundance of room. Yeah. But so next up, speaking of money.
Oh,
Next-
yeah.
The next part of our cautionary tales of sales.
Yeah.
I didn't find as
ourselves.
So I didn't find as much stuff this week as, well, last week it was Black Friday and then followed up by Cyber Monday. But there was a couple deals. This was a limited deal on Amazon, so I don't know if it's still available or not, but I mean, this thing just barely started being in retail stores. I mean, I think we were able to get it online, but the fact that they already are knocking 22% off.
But I think for the normie stores, this is kind of shelf warming.
Yeah.
Because I think people see it and go, why is the dinosaur blue? And they don't buy it.
Yep.
Or they go, I already have Grimlock. We have Grimlock at home. They say that. But I wanted to, before we get away from my cautionary tales of cells slide too far, I just wanted to share my actual cautionary tale of cell. Because I did talk about, the Jinrai, or not Jinrai, but the God Bomber. I just want to talk about the other thing I got. which was on a sale. I actually bought it a year ago on another TF Source sale, but I got the MMC Hellion, which is the blue cliff jumper, which, if you don't know, blue cliff jumper was produced in some regions, such as Mexico, in G1. So you could get a blue cliff jumper. This is an homage to that. So I did get the figure, right? I got it, and it was marked all the way down to like sub $20 from its original price of close to $100. And this thing is awful, right? It is a real pain in the neck. Like, I was always told that of the first run of MP style cliff jumpers, that this was the best one. And I would say in robot mode, it looks really good. It does. It looks really good. It definitely, you know, beats the X-Trans bots one for sure. But it is not a good toy. This is a very painful, annoying transformation for no reason. Because it's not complex. It's just like a lot of the joints don't move very well.
And you said that's MMC, right?
This is an MC. Now, I will say that, you know, I love MMC. Their reformatted line is really good. Their Infinity line is really good. Their cassettes are really good. But their the Perfection series can be pretty flawed sometimes. Some of their attempts at regular MP figures aren't always great. Like, their RC is pretty good, but this did not really come out very impressive. It's just such a pain to transform. So I was disappointed, and this is one of those things I would never ever own if it hadn't gone on sale, right? I would have been like, no, I'm not gonna get the blue one, because I just got the blue one because the character Glyph, in the most recent appearance of her in the IDW2 universe, she was drawn with Cliffjumper's body type instead of Bumblebee's body type. So I thought, you know, I could modify this into a Glyph just by making the limbs silver and changing the head. That's my plan for it. Although I do kind of like how it looks like this. It's just not a fun transformer. So be careful what you fall into when it goes into like 25% clearance.
So even at sub $20, it's still not worth the hassle trying to transform it.
I mean, it's a pretty toy in bot mode, and it's okay in car mode, but it's a little gappy, and I don't know if I even really got it together right. But yeah, I found the transformation so frustrating that I still don't like it for that price. Yeah.
Was there something else that was in that pile of loot that you forgot you had?
Yeah, there was, but it's fine. It's just the animated Motor Master.
Oh, okay.
I haven't opened him yet. I'm sure he's fine. I'm not too worried about him. This is what I was so excited for, though. And it was such a bummer.
So excited that you forgot it was in your pile of loot at TF Source for over a year.
That's right. That's right. That's how my excitement works. I get so excited I forget it exists.
Next up, not one of my favorite stores, but this is from Entertainment Earth. It's still going on, and they almost had me because it's buy one get one half off right now. And there was some Marvel Legends that I haven't got yet that I kind of want to get, and I know they have Transformers on this as well. But check out Entertainment Earth and you can get some money off. We're not affiliated, folks. It's just I found this. Next up, the thing everybody has been talking about. This has been all over my Facebook. Like early on, before like November, October, we thought RothCon was starting, but this last week and a half has just been massive. Now it's not all Transformer stuff, and I took a little bit of just a snippet of some things, but there is a lot of Transformers like that. Amazon Sniper 2-pack, people are finding that. The Walmart exclusive, the pirate theme, the leader from that wave, they're finding that. What is that? Armada Galvatron?
Is he in there somewhere?
Yeah, I think he's below that in that middle picture in the top row.
Oh, he is there. Yeah, duh.
Let's see, and then there's some Studio Series stuff right there that I can't tell in the bottom left corner, but a lot of it's Hasbro products. But yeah, Starduster, that was a Pulse exclusive. So is Pulse liquidating their stuff and sending it to Ross? Because I believe this now. The next one's not a Pulse exclusive, but it's a Gen Selects, and it's that Triptychon everybody wants an update of for $100. Like they are finding them all over.
So it's 100, not like they used to be. Because I know back in the day when they made it to Ross, they go real cheap.
Yeah. But and then the Ramjet, they're finding that legacy reissue of the Ramjet. So you can get 2/3 of your cone heads for almost the price of one with that Ross price and that Target price last week. Especially at the new $43 price point.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna lie, but with all this snow themed GI Joe stuff, some of them Arctic snow serpents are on my want list. But yeah, so good luck, happy hunting at Ross. If you don't have Ross in your area, there maybe Ollie's might have stuff, but I haven't seen as much things hitting Ollie's as we used to see.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have an Ollie's near me now.
I almost feel like Ollie's has cooled down a little bit. Only thing of note that I've heard coming from Ollie's is those Marvel Legends that have been sitting there for the last 3 years are $1 now.
Very nice.
Yep. But next up, kind of the main topic today.
The main topic today. So this is actually a cautionary tales of cells too, right? Because here we have the premiere of Robosen Soundwave, and you know what Robosen does when they release a new figure? They offer you a pre-order exclusive price. That's the price it actually should be, but it's the price they're going to give it to you if you're nice enough to pre-order. You can get this guy for just $1,000.
What is the original? Like $14.99?
He'll be $1,400 if you don't get him now. So you got to get him now. And I think he's a little bit cheaper than I think the Megatron was a full $15 because he doesn't really have a car mode. You know, he's not going to roll around because this is G1 Soundwave. He turns into a tape player. Not a real tape player, but a tape player. There he is. Looking a lot like Lego Soundwave. I mean, MP Soundwave.
You mean MPG repaint of the MP Soundwave?
Yes. Yeah, so you know, Soundwave is a big favorite character of very many people. He's probably my favorite Decepticon of the big Decepticons. I mean, I like Rumble better, but Rumble's his friend, so.
Which color was Rumble?
Great question. Great question. I can tell you, I don't have a single Rumble on my desk right now. I only have frenzies.
I think a lot of people get triggered by that. So.
Oh, I do have a Rumble on my desk right now. I forgot. I have the best Rumble. Magic Square Rumble. He's so good.
You know, it's funny in initial Goose's comment. Somebody's not been paying attention to the social media posts.
Well, we got the deal for you, Goose, because this guy is $1,000 Bluetooth speaker, which you just can't get a novelty Bluetooth speaker for $1,000 these days, right? Like, this is a bargain.
Yeah, here's some of the production notes, but this is where they say that it is a Bluetooth speaker.
It's a Bluetooth speaker. It's full of Frank Welker.
Yep. It doesn't play cassettes. You can't put your coming out of their Shell Tour Ninja Turtles cassette in this Soundwave. It won't play that.
Ain't gonna work.
Or whatever other cassette that you might have.
So I'm going to tell you about these cells, right? Like, I spent tireless minutes, like at least 10 minutes, collecting data from people I know who own Robosen products and asking them, you know, how do you feel about your Robosen product? You know, what do you own? I asked them, what do you own? How long have you had it? How much have you played with it? Or programmed it, or whatever, and do you regret your purchase? I'm going to share one, and then we'll keep talking, and then I'm going to share another later. So one of my friends said, I bought it since I bought Optimus and his Chiller when they came out. I've never played with it one time. And when I asked if he enjoyed it, he said no, with a period. That is how he felt about the purchase. And Optimus and the Chiller together, that's a big purchase, right?
Yeah.
No joy, no playtime. So Roboson figures, if you don't know, they auto-transform. They are voice activated. They have voice lines of the G1 actors so far. They've gotten all the G1 actors for the ones they've released. And they are kind of sort of programmable, right? Like they come with pre-made routines. You can tell them. You can be like, hey, it's Optimus. And Soundwave will be like, oh no, and start shooting and stuff. And you can also build a little bit of programming for them, which is the major draw for me, is that it would be a fun little toy to play with, programming little routines.
Yeah.
It technically walks. I believe last night we called it a shuffle when we were talking about it. It kind of shuffles forward.
Yeah.
He does not roll. He plays music. HGC, I can tell you from several of the people that I questioned, they told me that they got the Optimus and the novelty wore off. One of my friends who happens to be the current Guinness World Record holder for the most Transformers figures, he said he got the Optimus when it first released, and he got bored with it and sold it. He has held on to the Grimlock because it can be displayed in its dinosaur mode, because Optimus could not be displayed outside of his box. You had to put him away when you were done playing with him. So a lot of people were really disappointed in that. I'm hoping that's not the case with Soundwave. We're hoping he can sit around in his tape player mode so he can actually be a speaker for you.
Yeah, it almost just feels like with the novelty of this, it's not meant for us collectors.
And everyone I talked to was an actual Transformers collector, right? They're all, big time Transformers collectors, have a lot of toys, and they just don't seem to really be getting much out of them.
And like I kind of want to bring up what Stu mentioned in the chat.
Yeah.
And he's using a word that's getting thrown out a lot lately, but he has a point. Like the day that this dropped, the amount of influencers that I have never seen before collect Transformers, other than the girl he's referencing because she does stuff for her father. I have never seen them collect Transformers till this point, or maybe just that's what they collect is Roboson. So there's like a kind of a two-part complaint. It's like they don't know the Transformers brand, and just because they have either a high following count or whatever, they get sent the stuff free to show it off. Or two, that's what they collect, these weird one-off type things that Transformer collectors don't collect because we know of the novelty of these things.
Someone mentioned, I just saw when someone was talking about the new release, someone mentioned that, Theo, one of the biggest Transformers reviewers out there, he was actually brought on to reveal the Roboson stuff back in the day, or not Roboson, he was actually brought in for HasLabs, but they actually sent him an early copy of the Optimus, and he actually got on there and gave it a terrible review because he didn't like it at all.
Are you hacking my screen? Because
what you got?
I was about to share. So this was from Ben's Collectibles.
Oh yeah,
so he's a prominent Transformers reviewer. So he posted the day that this was released. Let me read it for you. I love how everyone who was sent Roboson Soundwave for free is saying how amazing it is. I just watched the video of a guy with all of them on their floor transforming and worked out that I could have bought myself a brand new car for that money and still had change for some winter tires. LOL. Thu got sent the Prime back in the day, and he said it is, and they made him send the sample back. Wait, did I miss? Hold on. Thu got sent the Prime back in the day, and he said it like it is. Oh yeah, it like it is. Jesus, English. And they made him send the sample back to them. Once the novelty value wears off, it's just a bit of a saggy bot or saggy vehicle and bragging rights. That being said, is at Robeson wants to send me a free Soundwave, I'll shield like the rest of them. Rant over. That was I saw that. I was like, well, I gotta share that.
Yeah, no, I love that post. That post was great. And it's very true, right? Like, he really did pan that thing. Like, he didn't like it at all. And apparently he got made send it back, according to Ben there, which is funny. But I like that because, you know, if you sent me review copies of things, it would be very dangerous because I'm very harsh on, I love things when I love things and I hate things when I hate things.
Yeah, that's like, you know, it's like, I'm the same way. I can be brutally honest, and there's people like it Hasbro like I would like to talk to, but probably some of the shit we say you couldn't because that's why like sometimes. Yeah, and that's why if anything where there would ever be an interview or a conversation, I don't want to like talk to them about that stuff. I want to talk to them about the design process and just the behind the scenes stuff, you know. I don't care about, you know, throwing them under the bus and stuff like that. No, I want to learn.
Like, I wouldn't want to do that anyway because it's not like I don't have a bad day at work sometimes, right? You know, sometimes a lecture I produce is not the quality of most of my lectures, and sometimes the toy they produce is not the quality of the rest of their toys. They do a good job in general, so I'm not really going to give them as much crap as we generally do. But the robots and stuff, right? Like, I know that, you know, many of us, when a new one comes out, we're very tempted to get it, right? Yeah. That's just kind of the thing this Robeson stuff does. When the Bumblebee came out, I really did. And I still kind of do want it. You know, I can hear Bumblebee's voice and I can have it drive around. But geez, it's probably not going to be a great purchase. Because I have considered, you know, get it because of have the programming component. So one of the people I asked actually said that he is in the world of programming, like that's his job. And he said that he actually did open it up. He got it for the programming. He was excited for it, and he ended up being underwhelmed and gave up on it in under a week and never tried with the programming again. He said once the novelty wore off, it was just kind of a shelf warmer, and he just kind of stopped working with it. And like most people, since it was the Optimus, it had to go back in its box because it couldn't really be displayed. There's also people, you know, talking about breakages, battery problems, and other things that can happen. And when your, you know, $100 toy breaks, you get pissed off about it. When your, you know, $200 toy breaks, you get real upset. But when your $1,500 RoboSend doohickey breaks and no longer works, then you're really not going to be happy, right? Like, you might not even be angry at that point. You might actually get kind of sad because you just lost something really expensive.
Yep. It's like when I saw these first come out, like, so I kind of have like a mechanical background. Like, I know how like things work like that. Just knowing what's inside that thing, the amount of motors and servos it has, the battery, how, you know, just battery technology right now. I had questions, and the fact of the price point, and then learning how it's just a wet noodle if power's not supplied to it, because you can't. So say the novelty wears off and playing with it. All right, I have this 18-inch tall Optimus Prime I can sit over here and no, I can't, because he just flops to the ground because he needs power constantly. Oh wait, I'll transform him into truck mode and keep him in truck mode. No, his wheelbase is too large and it just sags in the middle. It's like Anna said, the only way you can display that Optimus Prime is in its box.
And it's such a bummer to think about it, because it's like, whether you're an inbox collector or a, you know, transform it once, put it on the shelf, or you actually play with your toys, we all have our trophies. You know, we all have our shelf full of trophies that we have hunted and put on our shelves. That's where all these terms come from, right? We hunt for our little trophy toys. And if you can't display it, like the Robo box is not that beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Like it's okay, it's fine. It's somewhat impressive looking if you know what it is, but you'll want to have it on your shelf. And I'm gonna be frank with you, like that Megatron, I don't even actually think it looks good. Like I think it kind of looks not great in robot mode. It's okay in tank mode. The Bumblebee looks worse than most attempts at an MP Bumblebee. The Optimus looks way worse than most attempts at an MP Optimus. The Grimlock looks almost identical to MP Grimlock, which is nice. The Soundwave, I think, looks a lot like Lego Soundwave, which is both a compliment and an insult. The Soundwave, I don't even think you can really display from behind. Like, none of your pictures showed him from behind, but I think he just has loose arms, right?
You mean like in robot mode? Or
No,
just tape deck mode?
In tape deck mode.
I don't think there's a tape deck mode image from behind.
No, if you watch the videos of him transforming, it looks like his arms just go back to support him. Yeah, you can see him there from overhead. So his arms are just sitting behind him and punching down because they don't actually transform. So the back of the figure doesn't transform. It's a tape deck from the front and a folded up robot from the back. Which, you know, every Soundwave toy has its own levels of that, but the MP Soundwave cleans up nice, and he doesn't. So, you know, you're getting a figure that's sub-MP as far as looks. You're getting a robot that shuffles. You're getting a very loud robot, too. These guys have very loud motors.
Yep. And that doesn't usually come off on the reviews.
They do usually do a good job of canceling the sound.
Yep.
You know, a couple of people I talked to did like owning it. You know, like Mike, who said that he sold his Optimus, said that he had no regrets. You know, he wasn't worried about the fact that he bought it and sold it. He enjoyed having it. He enjoyed being part of the hype and getting to say, you know, I was there and I got to see it and I got to play with the technology. A person named Chris that I talked to also said that, you know, he's barely played with it. He's barely messed with it. But he's happy he got it. He's glad. He's never going to buy another one because it's too much of a $1,000 novelty.
Right. Yeah, I just like, you know, what Ben Collectible mentioned. There was a guy that had them all, and I would imagine that he probably got them all for free.
Probably. There are return buyers, though. You know, I believe our sponsor / frenemy Collecticon, I think he has them all, he has said, but I don't think he's actually messed with most of them. I think he just kind of has them as part of his collection. If you remember a while back when we did our first show that we referred to sins and confessions in, this seems to be a theme for us. We had my friend Sarah on, and she talked about blockies at that point, but she also did talk about she has the Robo Megatron, which became a very sentimental figure for her because it ended up being a gift from her late mother. But she actually does like it enough that she's getting Soundwave, right? She's owned it, she's messed with it, she thinks it's impressive and cool. Two of her favorite characters, she's gonna get a second one and enjoy it too. So, you know, there's a crowd for these. There's a crowd that enjoys them. She says she gets it out when she has friends over to show it off. Any friend who hasn't seen it before gets, you know, a Megatron show.
Right.
Which would be fun, right? I can't imagine showing my in-laws, but they're the only people that ever come over.
Right. Yeah, that is probably something that you could put on the positive side. Is it's something that you could show off. Like you said, it's a trophy. It's your thing you want to show off to other people. Like, hey, look at what I got.
Yeah, and any, like, even your non-toy collector nerd friends are going to appreciate it, right? Like, maybe not your in-laws, like in my case, you know, they're not really the type of people to be into this kind of stuff, but your friends who are also nerds, but just not toy collectors, maybe your D&D group in my case, like, they would all love it if I brought one in to show it. They'd think it was fun and amusing, and they'd laugh and want to try to make it do stupid things, and it would be a good time for an hour once, and then
Yeah, and
we go back in the box.
And I think at the end of the day, that's who these were designed for. Not Transformer fans that collect either Hasbro products or third-party products. Because I don't know, it's just, it feels like you can't collect these like you could collect those.
Yeah, no, you can't. They're a different kind of collection. They're very much trophies. They're very much trophies that you can be like,
Yep.
yeah, I have that. You don't have that. I'm so cool.
Yeah, I made a bad decision. You didn't.
That's what
Screw
it
my
really comes down
finances.
to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent how many months or how many days of work money? How many meals could I have had for this toy? You know, when you start thinking about that kind of stuff, it makes it a bummer.
Meals are
I think
overrated.
it would be
Transforming
Well-
robots.
they're not overrated. They're underrated.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to have one. You know, like if I somehow managed to get the Soundwave without paying for it or like, 90% off sell or
Yeah.
somehow, I think I would enjoy the novelty of having it. This one is tempting because you can use it as a speaker, and that is at least one practical use. But like I tried to make the joke real quick that, Bluetooth speakers are not expensive.
All right.
Like
You can
simple
find them at
novelty
Dollar
ones.
General. Yeah.
I seriously doubt it's a good speaker. Like I'm gonna level with you here and say it's probably not a quality speaker. It might not be a bad speaker, but it's probably not a good one.
I fear, as I'm about to pull the slideshow back up, look at the bottom right picture. The speaker is at the rear of it.
Oh, it is. Ugh. Yeah,
So
that's
it's
probably
not.
not going to sound great.
No. We're just killing hopes and dreams, folks. Now, chat, would you like to Robo Sin with us? Or will you follow the light and just stick with Hasbro third party or whatever?
Yeah, anybody considering RoboSun? That would be interesting to see if some people were considering it. You're not, right, Caleb?
No desire. Even if the price point was lower, even if it was like those $40 to $60 Jada auto transforming toys at Walmart and your local box store, I still don't know if I would pull the trigger. And also, is there anybody in the chat that owns one? Tell us what.
Oh yeah, I'd love to
your
see
thoughts.
that. If anybody here has one, don't be embarrassed. Like, if I had the extra resources to just get one of these when they came out, I would have gotten one by now, right? Like if I could buy them without regretting.
I'm trying to think. So you remember when that Optimus came out? That was like middle COVID when people had extra money and, well, I guess kind of had extra money. We're just spending money on stuff because they weren't able to travel or do stuff like that.
Yep.
And there might have been like a glimmer of like, ooh, that's cool. I could put that in my collection. Then I saw the price, and I still knew better.
It's just way past my impulse buy threshold.
If it was like one of those like things that was, I don't know, like made to order, to where maybe you didn't have to pay for it all. Like, you know how sometimes Z or some places you could put a down payment and then pay the remainder. If it had like something like that, maybe it would have been. That's why I kind of think they're doing this early bird thing, so it's just not that big cost right at the beginning.
Well, they've always done the early bird, haven't they? Hasn't that been a thing they've done for all these?
I don't think so, but I
might
be wrong. I might be wrong though.
I thought it was always like premier pricing, and then we'll upcharge you later.
You're not super lane, Fig Fan Samurai. everybody has their collection niche. I was a Hasbro for a while.
Yeah, you sure were. You sure were. You had a big old collection of it.
Yep. It's a good starting point.
Yeah, it
Well-
was a long time into my collecting before I could really talk myself into doing third party. Now I'm so over the deep end. I still remember finding my first third party figure and barely able to talk myself into it.
Yeah, it was Takara Masterpiece is what led me into third party, because the Masterpiece scale was just from Takara, really, like officially. And then, oh, there's third party companies filling holes. I will partake. But so Anna, we agree on too much stuff sometimes. So, what is your final thoughts on buying the Roboson Soundwave?
Yeah, probably not going to happen. Probably not. Like I said, if a windfall came in tomorrow, if I won the lottery or got a gold chocobo or something in my magic dalliances, I would probably get it. If I just had the windfall and I could blow the money. But I just honestly don't think, even if I said, oh yeah, I'm teaching some classes this summer, I'm going to make more than $1,000 doing that, I'll just blow the $1,000. I don't think I would feel good about it later, so I'm not going to do it. You have to kind of predict how you're going to feel about your big spendings.
Yep.
I think I would regret it.
And $1,000 could go a long way in either third party or official stuff, or just any other things that you do. Maybe a night out with the spouse, maybe a trip somewhere. $1,000 is kind of part of could be a little mini trip,
It could be, yeah. It could do a lot of things.
Or as HGC says, or my bills.
It could also pay your bills. It could pay your bills very well.
What 40 figures are you going to get instead? I don't know. Do you pay attention to the slideshow, Initial Goose? There could be a few in there. But, well, is there anything else you want to say on this topic, Anna, or should we start wrapping it up?
No, I think I'm good. We got to talk about some testimonials, and I do want to say that from what I saw from people, there wasn't really anybody who was just like, I mess with this figure all the time, I program it constantly, it's such a cool thing. It was either I've never messed with the programming, or a little bit I'm done.
And that was what I said to you when you sent me those images of those comments. Like, it's alarming how many people that have purchased this, and it's like one and done, barely play with it.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of the people I talked to were comfortable with that reality.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't too upset that they had done that. I would be so mad at myself if I spent, because after tax, we're talking more like $1,100 on this thing. If I spent $1,100 on it and I played with it for a total of 4 hours over the course of its lifetime in my house, I would be so upset with myself for making a bad decision.
Yeah, and the amount that I spend on my Masterpiece stuff, at least they're displayed nicely, and I can play with them if I wanted to, but they're displayed nicely, where you don't get that with Roboson. You get a box to display.
You do get a box to display.
Well, I will have to say, and I don't think we're going to get a free Roboson Soundwave in the mail.
Hey, send us a free Roboson Soundwave, and we will talk about it. And I will talk about how I'm going to use it as a speaker, and I'll try not to criticize the poor sound quality.
Ami! Look at Ami! Oh, I can't highlight it. Why won't it highlight? There we go. Nope. We're doing it at the same time.
Very nice.
You heard it here, folks. He put the question mark in by mistake. Yeah, I know, Fig Fan Samurai. All right, so like I said, let's wrap this up. Anna, you got anything to share for the
Nope, I'm good.
YouTubes? No, nothing.
Trying really hard to finish my semester, and maybe I'll get some energy later. And I'm going to be spending a year finishing transforming this thing, so I'm busy.
You know what I was thinking? The end of the year is coming up. We have to do like a top 5 or something, or some type of convoluted top Transformers of the year.
Yeah,
And
yeah. We have to
that
pretend
somebody might
our
make a
opinions
comment in the
matter.
chat, and I'll tell them to start their own podcast.
Yeah. I agree. We gotta pretend our opinions matter and other people don't, and you gotta spawn another podcast just like someone spawned you.
Yeah. So everybody that's in the chat, if you guys collect Transformers, I don't know what day we'll do it on, but there will be like a top something in the future. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it.
we'll want some chat activity on what you guys' top
Oh, for sure.
Transformers are. And it doesn't have anything to promote, but I got a few things that I got to spell. Hold on. Maybe I should take a drink first.
You should.
All right. So starting off, almost immediately after this show on my channel, Talib1980_collects, news and review will be streaming. It'll be a live pre-record stream. Some of the stuff we covered in here. Some of it's other action figure related news. So I appreciate it if you can't watch it live. It'll, like I said, it's a pre-record. It'll be on my channel. Also, where is this guy? I have a review coming up tomorrow at 1 p.m. or 1:30 Eastern. This is the Fans Toys Outback.
Ooh, nice.
So super, so much easier than X-Transbots. I think I got this guy transformed in under 5 minutes.
Very nice.
Solid Outback. But yeah, that's going up on my channel at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Check it out for Transformers Tuesday. And then there'll be a live review Friday. I think Crystal Ball goes up Friday from the Classified. And then Saturday nights, I hope you guys are joining us. Me, Stu for Lunch, Creative Primitive, Lucida Base, Abby from Figure Fight Club, and Smudge Customs, and maybe Frankie again. I don't know. He had fun. So we're doing kind of like just movie discussions, and we're just BSing. We're seeing how long it takes us to go off the rails and get off topic, which doesn't take long. So that's on my channel Saturdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. And then that's pretty much it for my channel, but we're on Figure Fight Club right now. So you can catch me and Anna every Monday, 10 to 15 p.m. Eastern, discussing Transformers, news, topics, sometimes shilling on RoboSun to see if we get a free one in the mail. And then tomorrow night is open mic night. It starts at 8 p.m. Anybody can join in the chat or on the stream. The link will be in the stream. It'll be in the comment section or whatever, the chat. Hop on, talk toys, have a working mic. Don't be a jerk. That's all that matters. Oh, breaking news from Abby. There will be a giveaway tomorrow. The king of giveaways, my friends, will be giving away something. I actually won something on the giveaway show Friday night. He Abby shipped it out to me. I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called. I just know Ganesha. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
So join us Tuesday night, and then Friday night. I don't know if we don't have a guest planned yet, but Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern is our VIP show. VIP, we usually have a guest on and we do an interview. So come hang out with Figure Fight Club all weekend long. But that's all I got. I'll see everybody on the next one. Anna, good night.
Yep.
Good night, chat.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just a see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.